Oh, hey guys. Shit. What the hell? That's so strange. We're in Utah right now. It's crazy, guys. We drove all the way from British Columbia to Utah. Check that out behind me. That's Yuba Lake. So we're at Yuba Lake State Park. $20 for a day pass. Like, what is happening, Utah? There's one other car in here. And you're charging me $20? $26. Yeah. Check it out, see? It's but Friday. It's Saturday right now. Like, getting a life. That's one thing we've realized down here in the States is that most state parks are charging fees. Well, not all of them, but we've paid fees. This is the third park we're going to pay fees. Like, come on.
This is the most expensive.
Dude, I pay my taxes in Canada. That's got to mean something. Anyways, check out this beautiful Yuba Lake here. I'll flip the camera. All right, we're down here on the beach. Not so much of a beach. You can see across there, that's where the nice sandy spot is. And then there's a nice sandy spot there, there. And we are just in the muddy spot. We just paid $26 to be in a muddy spot. Actually, I see a real nice sandy spot just over there. We're definitely not going swimming in here. Look at this. It's a beautiful lake, and I think definitely over in the sandy spots, it's really good for swimming, but check this out. It's just all mud. There ain't no way I'm going in there. And you can see the water levels are dropping. It's probably got a dam on it, I'm assuming. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's probably a man-made lake. There is a ton of nice sized fish jumping out here. Over and over again. I've seen like 10 already. Just been here like 5 minutes. Yeah, all over the place. Whoa. Good size ones too. You could probably just cast right off the shore. I've literally never seen this many big fish just jumping. All right, we got our little setup going here. It is scorching hot out here too.
Goodness for umbrella.
Whew, yeah, good thing we packed that. We're about to cook a bunch of food. We got at Trader Joe's. Love Trader Joe's. It's like, we don't have it in Canada, but it's a cool spot to get health food and whatever. A lot of better choices to choose. We got this beer, pub beer it's called, lager. $5.99 for 6. And they're tallies. Tall boys. All right, so today's meal is organic chicken sausages. And then we have some Korean bulgogi. So that should be pretty dang nice. It's super peaceful out here. If you're just quiet, you can hear nothing. Absolutely nothing except these massive fish jumping over here. So earlier today when we left Salt Lake City, we went to a little place called Saratoga Hot Springs, and it was incredible. Our plan was to vlog it, and I have a few little clips. Well, maybe one or two. I'll insert them now. But we knew there'd probably be people there because it's a Salt Lake City area. There's a lot of people out there. And we're like, oh man. I get shy, if I'm being honest, around a bunch of people if I'm freaking vlogging, obviously. Because then all the questions are going to come. Oh, you're a vlogger. And then they go look and it's like, oh, you have like, not, whatever. I'm not a real vlogger. I'm just doing this for fun. So we go to Saratoga Hot Springs and we meet these nice people. Like there was a South Korean guy who was just like super talkative and friendly. And he just started talking our ear off. And it was a good conversation. And I didn't want to just like whip out my camera and start like filming everybody and stuff. And then we met a Canadian girl who's a dual citizen and she lives in Utah. And it was just a cool conversation. We're like, let's go to this epic spot with incredible scenery and a natural hot spring that's free to the public. And yeah, it just didn't work out. We didn't vlog it. We got a couple clips and that was it. But it was a good time. And we got to chit chat with some good people. People in Utah are very friendly. People in general in the States are friendly. I don't know what the bad rap is. If you're American, and I'm sorry, but in Canada, there's a little bit of a... You guys have a bad rap, I'm just saying. For not being as friendly, but I think that just is community to community or region to region. It's not a set in stone thing. I think honestly, like high population areas, like cities in general, even in Canada, if you go to Toronto, I'm sure the people aren't going to be like, oh, hi, how you doing? Everywhere. Like, no, they're not going to do that. It's a rat race. A to B, get out of my way. There's too many of us, whatever. The stereotypes, the generalizations, it's just BS, guys. Just my thoughts. This is turning into a cooking show where we don't teach you anything about cooking. We just show you food that's in a frying pan. But this is what we do. This is how we save money. Unfortunately, today we won't be saving any money thanks to Utah State Parks. Where they charge you 26 Canadian. We might honestly be making a mistake.
I think so.
Because what? Like, I think we're in the wrong parking lot. I wouldn't even be surprised. There was several spots along the way, like day use spots. And then there's a campsite over there. And you can actually rent this massive campsite that fits like 10 vehicles just straight on top of this hill. And it's $200 a night. And then we've got our car parked. It says if you're parking here, it's $20 US. One of my 6 viewers is from Utah. By chance, like, am I making a mistake here? Like Idaho, $7. And then Washington, it was $10. All of a sudden, it's 20. Like, get a life. We're trying to save money by cooking ourselves, right? We're on a road trip. We're obviously renting hotels right now. We're going to be camping later on. And the hotels are, like, just as expensive as Canada. So you can imagine. They're over $100 a night, guaranteed. We've been staying in, like, Motel 6s. And Red Lions are pretty cool. Red Lions are nice. But they're also over $100, so a night, and it's October, so it's not like high season. And then you've got gas, which we've been filling up every single day. That costs, in Washington, it costs us $55 US to fill a tank, which is I think about $75 Canadian. And then when we got to Idaho, I think we filled up in Oregon, right?
Yeah.
Oregon was about the same as Washington, both expensive states. And then once we got to Utah, it was only $41 to fill a tank. So, and some of the southern states are a little bit cheaper than the northern states. Like Washington has a higher cost of living, and Oregon as well. Utah's a little bit on the cheap, and then I think Arizona is pretty cheap too. California is obviously, yeah, ridiculous for sure. All right, this is what we came up with. Whipped it together. We decided not to cook the bulgogi because we have so much food already. Got a little bit of avocado, some lime, like, you know, whatever, dude.
Mix.
Mix. So we're kind of just walking down the beach talking about how, like, we keep seeing cars driving around. So I think you can just drive around the whole lake on the beach. It's like drivable. Like, look at all these tire tracks. And it's hard. It's really compact. But like, we haven't seen anyone go in yet. We're trying to look around here. Somebody go in, we'll see. We're like, is this a swimmable lake, or is this one of those lakes where people are like, nah. Bro, we don't swim in there, it's nasty. You might die if you swim in there. Okay, I'm gonna go down to the shore and just see if I would actually consider it. Nah. I mean,
Oh yeah. So maybe
dude, there's dead fish.
pregnant.
There's dead fish all down the fucking thing. That's all dead fish. Yuba Lake, wow. And here we're like thinking, this is really nice. We're like, why? And there's buoys out there. Like, they're like, come on in. You can swim out to here. Maybe it's just like it happens once in a while. I don't know. No wonder no one's swimming in there. So, what's your review of Yuba Lake?
Don't swim here.
I think it's beautiful. Like, obviously the scenery and stuff. Like, I don't know. You got the mountains back there. See, you got the mountains back there. I just zoomed in. Beautiful desert scenery. And it's nice and blue when you're up from above. As a recreational spot, I guess it's amazing. You can drive your vehicle around. You can camp along the beach and stuff. Probably wouldn't swim in there, to be honest.
Yeah.
So just consider that if you're like booking up here or something. Apparently people do kayak and paddleboard here, but like I've seen documentaries on the Salton Sea and how the fish die off. And sometimes it could be like an oxygen problem. Either the water gets too warm or there's too many fish in the water and it causes some kind of a die-off. Doodles. Yuba Lake.